The internet is an amazing thing, but it can also do some major damage. We'll talk to the man behind Reputation Defender, a technology company that helps clients get the bad stuff offline and the good stuff on. That's coming up next on the Forbes.com Video Network. Customers have flocked to Reputation Defender to help them get negative things about them off the internet and positive things back on. People like exes or disgruntled employees and angry customers do this when they're slammed on the web. CEO Michael Furtick founded the company a year ago and already has 2,000 clients and sales of $2 million. Some clients pay upwards of $100,000 to have Furtick staffers carefully get the bad stuff down and promote the good. Thanks so much for talking to us today, Michael.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tell us a bit about what Reputation Defender does. Very interesting.
Thank you. We have 3 products. The first is called My Reputation, which for $10 a month will find everything about you on the internet, including the deep internet, the internet that's not searched or indexed by the search engines. And then for $30 per item, we'll seek to remove stuff that you don't like. The second product is called My Privacy, which is $5 a month. We find information about you, including very personal, detailed information about you, on the many databases that aggregate and collect that data. And if you don't like what they have about you, the detail they have, we can help remove it for you, also for that $4.95 per month. And then there's the My Edge product, which is very expensive. It starts at $10,000 and goes into the many, many hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is for people or companies who have more significant challenges that will not be relieved by seeking the removal of certain items, but instead will be relieved if we can replace the prominence of the unwelcome items on the search engines with other information that they find more conducive to their business or their personal lives. Because by moving it down the search engines, we can really reduce the impact of the unwelcome information.
Interesting. What are your tips out there for people to prevent this from happening in the first place? So maybe as a business owner, you might not like this, but what helps them so they don't have to go to your company to get these negative things taken down? Or when you look their name up, there's only positive things.
Oh, I'm not afraid of giving tips. I think the market is big enough for do-it-yourselfers and also people who will hire us. Some people want to change the oil in their cars, and some people want to hire the pros. The decision is up to them. The first thing that I would do if I were you is I would go out there and get yourself what we call Google insurance. Buy a URL with your name on it and put in the URL and put some content about yourself there. Build yourself a blog. Get some good social networking sites that tell the story that you want to tell without being too revealing. Also, do not put revealing pictures or things that you do not want on the internet, even if you think it's momentarily a good idea. The chances are that they will come back to haunt you. Third, always stay on top of what's being said about you, either by spending a few hours, and I do mean a few hours, 4 or 5 per month, really searching all over the internet for yourself every month, or hire a service like ours to do it for you.
Okay, now talk to us a bit about why you started this company. Did something happen to you that made you decide it's needed?
No, nothing happened to me in particular. I started this company. There's no other way around it. Truth, justice, and the American way. I do not like what search engines are doing to people's lives or what people are doing to one another or to themselves through mistake or momentary bad judgment. Remember, the search engines are not in the business to tell you the truth. They're in business to tell you what they think is relevant. And those rules, those criteria are determined by humans who create those engines that then set the results for the search engine. So it's important not to believe everything you see on the web. The internet is full of half-truth, patent falsehood, innuendo, and certainly incomplete stories. One of the most frequent kinds of story that is incomplete is the story of someone who is, for example, charged with a crime or arrested, which the newspapers report very vigorously, which the law enforcement agencies report on their websites. But when the law enforcement agencies are forced to dismiss the charges, or they acquit people, or they find that they arrested the wrong person, the newspapers and the law enforcement agencies don't report that as vigorously. I just talked to a young man the other week who, if you Google his name, you'd think the guy's Bernie Ebbers or Andy Fastow. 5 or 6 years ago, he was prosecuted. The prosecution took 5 years on a series of securities fraud claims. He was fully vindicated, fully acquitted, and the judge attack the government for being overzealous in its prosecution. But if you look up the guy, you think that he's Darth Vader. I mean, it's bad. So it's important to be mindful of the fact that the internet does not tell you the truth. Google is not the First Amendment. It's not co-equivalent to the truth, and it's certainly not God.
Google is not the First Amendment. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Michael. Very, very interesting here, and good luck to you and your company. Once again, that was Michael Furtick, CEO of Reputation Defender. I'm Poppy Harlow. Thanks for watching the Forbes.com Video Network.